To be honest, I only had satay bee hoon like once in my life. So the bits in laksa is actually hebi, right?
Yeah,
Dried shrimp floss. Do you feel
yeah,
like
that's right.
that could be a potential ingredient in the satay bee hoon sauce? Is there like a shrimpy kind of flavor?
Not.
You're like dredging up like
Yeah,
almost.
I'm just trying. Yeah, the gears are slowly turning.
I
You know,
can
it's
see
all
it in
rusted.
your eyes.
Hi everyone, I'm Pam and I'm here with a brand new series called Flavour Memories. So in this series, I speak with one different Singaporean every episode and we find out a little bit more about the one dish that they really miss and would like to see me recreate in my home kitchen. So this week, we are speaking with Chris, who is one of my friends and he's a huge lover of Satay Bee Hoon, which I can never understand because Satay Bee Hoon is something that I find really bland and watery. And so I'm going to give him a call tonight and we're going to find out a little bit more about what makes his exact flavour memory of Satay Bee Hoon so special.
Hello.
Hello.
So you were talking about satay bee hoon, right?
Yeah, I think my dad made me try this thing called jihuing Thai, which is cuttlefish and kangkong. He had mentioned the ingredients for that was in this other dish called satay bee hoon. That whole crazy mix of that sauce. So you gotta get the sauce right, otherwise
That's
that's
true.
it. Your whole dish falls flat.
As straightforward as watering down like a typical
No, no,
satay
no, no,
sauce.
no, no. How dare you? No.
So come, educate me.
Maybe he's boiled the prawns and then he's just using prawn stock to mix with that.
So what was the shade of brown of the sauce?
It's like a famous Amos cookie. Not the double chocolate. Wait. I got it. It's like this. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
It's like an oatmeal cookie. A McVitie's.
I'll try that and I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay, sure.
So today I'll be replicating Chris's memory of Satay Bee Hoon. I did a bit of digging online and I realized that Chinese Satay Bee Hoon sauce differs from the Malay satay sauce in a few ways. So there is tipo and there's also 5-spice powder. So I'm very intrigued to see how it would turn out. So let's start cooking.
So let's start cooking the satay bee hoon. I'm using skin-on peanuts so that the skin will protect the peanuts as they roast over low flame. Keep stirring until you can see that the skins of the peanuts are a little bit charred. I feel that toasting your own peanuts is so important because I read online a lot of reviews complained that the satay bee hoon sauce didn't have the fragrance of the peanuts. So you just want to transfer the peanuts into a colander and you shake it so that you can get rid of most of the peanut skins. Some people like satay bee hoon to be extremely creamy, while some people like the sauce to have a bit of texture. Because I'm replicating this dish based on Chris's memory and he likes the creamy type, I'm gonna be grinding the peanuts into a smooth butter. The next thing that we have to prepare is the hebi. Chris was talking about how there is a sediment kind of texture in the satay bee hoon and I believe that this comes from hebi. So I'm going to be blending it into a floss. Next up, we need to prepare the rempah. And so the rempah involves really common ingredients like onions, garlic, lemongrass, dried chilies and so on. You just grind that up into a paste. And then you just want to heat up a wok with some oil and add the rempah. Cook it really slowly and really gently until the rempah turns a really dark shade of red. Cook it until it loses that raw flavor. Once you're happy with the way the rempah looks, you can add your hebi. At this point, you can add a little bit more oil and just fry that until the whole mixture becomes really, really aromatic. Add some water and your peanut butter. You just want to stir that together until it's mixed well before adding your asam and also your 5-spice powder, your tipo, salt and sugar. Chris says that satay bee hoon sauce is not as sweet as a typical satay sauce, so the way that I seasoned it was that it was leaning more to the salty side. And the tipo also helps with that. It's also quite salty, so add that first before adding your salt. At this stage, you'll start seeing the paste spitting oil, and that's a good sign. Cook it until the paste darkens into a dark brown color. Add even more water just so that it reaches the consistency that you like. So when I spoke to Chris, he talked about how it had like a mee rebus sauce kind of texture. That was what I was aiming for. When you're happy with the way that the sauce is tasting, you can start preparing a pot of boiling water. Add some salt so that you don't end up with bland bee hoon. So when the water comes to a boil, cook your bee hoon first, and then once it's done, add all the other ingredients in and just give that a stir. Things like the veggies, tau pok, hardly take any time to cook. So the moment you add it in, turn off the heat and let the thing just cook in the residual heat for a while before draining it immediately.
The result wasn't what I was expecting at all. In my mind, I kept thinking that it was gonna be like a diluted satay sauce. It was only when I started researching, like looking at hawker interviews, that I started picking up on all these things like hebi and tipo. Anyway, look at this. Okay, it's half eaten because I couldn't wait.
Oh my god, okay. Oh, nice.
Do you feel like it's very close?
It does look the color and all that.
I did the research and I realized that quite a lot of hawkers that sell this dish, they tend to be Teochew. It made me feel that our ancestors were so good at fusion.
It's kind of nods to the different cuisines that it came from, like satay, and then the Chinese noodle vibe is still there as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's why it works.
When I tasted this, I was like, oh my god, why is this dish going extinct?
You go to so many different like kopitiams or whatever, you hardly find this one.
I feel like this sauce is so good that I could slather it on anything and it will make anything better.
Of course you can. It's magic sauce.
It just makes all the boiled and boring ingredients taste so much better. I have one last question for you. How do you eat satay bee hoon? I read that there is an art to eating satay bee hoon. You're supposed to just put your chopsticks in and lift it up and just eat it. Don't swirl it together.
No. I will spread the sauce until it covers, so no white, and then I'll start eating that.
So this series is all about exploring people's flavor memories when it comes to local food. And I guess what this episode showed me was that Chris's enjoyment of satay bee hoon is not necessarily all about the flavor of the dish itself, but maybe part of it is because of the memories that he had. And for me personally, I felt that this episode was really eye-opening because I've never liked satay bee hoon, but the sauce for this was amazing. So if you'd like to try this recipe at home, you can just go to the box below and there's a link there. You can try it out at home and let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed watching me cook, then just hit subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can get more updates the next time the next episode is up. So I'll see you in the next episode.